Hi everybody, my name is Kristana and I'm the owner and creator of Bella Renovare by Kristana, and I'm also a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima. Today I want to show you how you can make appliques from the Redesign Decor molds. As you can see right here, I've added some to this furniture to add a little bit of character, so stay tuned because we are going to get started. Before we start, I want to tell you what you're going to need when you are making these appliques with Redesign's Decor molds. So I have my amazing casting resin. It sets in about 10 minutes. And so this is really my favorite one to use because it's super fast and you don't have to wait hours for it to set. And after it's done kind of setting, it's still flexible, so you can put it around curves and things like that. I've also been told that you can, once it is hard, you can actually take a blow dryer or a heat gun to it or put it in warm water and it'll make it flexible again. I'm not sure, we'll have to test that later. But this is what you're gonna need. I like to use Titebond Quick and Thick because it's resin on wood surface, so this is multi-surface. Some people like to use wood glue, but it's not wood going on wood, so I use this. Some people use the, I think it's E5000, E6000. I just really like this because it sets really fast. You're going to need some tape, and that way once I glue it and I set it in place, I always just tape it just for extra measure. And I'm going to be using these two Redesign with Prima molds, and I'm actually just going to be using this part right here, and I'm going to be using these little tiny filament type parts right here. Here's a little tip. So these come in a nice plastic case like this, and it has the name on it. But if you're like me, I'm super disorganized. I really am. And so I always forget to keep them in this, and I usually throw this away. Then I forget the name of the mold, and so people ask. So I actually write the name of the mold on the back. These white ones are Redesign's newer molds, so you will know if you see a white one, they started making the mold material in white. This one's a little bit older. These are silicone, they are food safe, so if you want to make some of these and put them on a cake or candy or whatever for the holidays, you absolutely can. So that's really one good thing about these molds. This is Greco, okay? So this one's called Greco. This one is called English Garden. So you can put it on there with a permanent marker or a pen or whatever. So that's what we're gonna be using. And so I'm gonna show you how to use the resin and make the molds and then apply them to your piece. And then you can paint. I always apply my molds before I paint. You could do it after and do some touch-ups, but I just like to do it before. That way I get a visual of my piece in case anything changes. So this product, the Amazing Casting Resin, is two parts, okay? So you're gonna have your A side and you're gonna have your B side. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna mix an equal part of this and an equal part of this, mix it, and that is what's going to make your casting resin. It does come with these little measuring cups. They're in cc's and milliliters. So again, you would do 5 cc's of this one, and then you would fill it up to the 10 cc line of this one, and then that you'd mix it, okay? So this one I already took the protective cover off. They do come with a protective cover. They also come with these little tiny stir sticks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this open with my scissors. I'll set that aside. Okay, so if you've ever taken home ec or you've baked, you wanna make sure when you do liquids that you get down eye level. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, so we're eye level. Okay, so we're eye level right now, right? And so what I'm gonna do is I am going to pour, you kind of have to guess how much you're gonna need. I'm gonna fill a few molds. So I am going to pour it to the 10. I know someone had said that you could do weight on here, but I don't have a thing to weigh it. So you, again, wanna get eye level, and then it's at a 10. Let it set for a second. Can you see the little measurings? There we go. Okay, so it's at 10 right here, and now we want to fill it with the second one up to the 20. And so we're eye level. Fill it, fill it, fill it. Okay, stop. There we go. So now we're at 20. Now you can see that it has turned a little bit of a yellow color. Now what you're gonna do is mix it and it's gonna turn cloudy, and that's when you know that you've got equal parts. So we're mixing it and boom, it's turning cloudy. going to take it over here and I'm actually just going to pour it in. You don't need to put anything in before it. It'll just pop right out on its own. So I'm going to allow it to just kind of fill into that mold. You may have to go over. Oh, this thing is not. These are flexible, that way you can kind of do an accurate pour. Obviously wasn't doing a very good job of it there a couple seconds ago. Now what you can do is you can take the little stir stick and kind of push it into the areas that it needs to be in. You don't want to overfill it. The next step is going to be, what I'll do is I'll clean this up. So I'll actually wipe this off with a paper towel, and I want to clean this out right away, and that way I can keep reusing it. So I'm going to take a paper towel and clean this out as well. It's starting to set, and the way you can tell is that it starts turning white. This is the white one. They do have clear. So for the white, it'll start turning white. And when you mix it, it actually starts warming up as well, and that's another way to tell that it's working. So if you put your hand in here and you see a fingerprint, it's not quite ready yet. So give it a few more minutes. Once it's ready, you'll actually be able to pop it out. So let's wait a couple more minutes and we will pop these babies out. Okay, so these are ready. I'm gonna show you. You're just going to put your fingers behind and you're gonna just pop them out. Super easy peasy. They just kind of, you can fold it and they just kind of pop out. You're not gonna hurt them or they're not gonna fall apart. They're really durable. Okay, so for right now, and you can see, look at the detail on that. So for right now, they're super flexible. So if you wanted to go around corners or something like that, this would be the time to do it, because the more time that goes on, the harder they get. So now I'm gonna show you how to apply it to an actual piece of furniture. You wanna make sure that your surface is nice and clean. I've already cleaned this. I know it looks a little crazy. It has a factory crackle finish. I'm gonna kind of just dry fit it, see if that's where I like it. And I do like it right there. There is a long hardware right here, so I'm gonna put it right here. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put your glue on. So you're gonna apply your glue and you're gonna push it all the way out so that it's completely covered. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to replace it where I wanted it. You can move it around just a little bit. You're gonna clean that glue up with some paper towels. So I'm gonna just kind of clean it up with a paper towel, dab it to get it off. And it's sticking really well in place right now, but just in case it didn't, or if it's on a rounded surface, I take painter's tape and I start in the center, put pressure down on the center. Don't need a ton, take both ends, kind of push it down. And if you have any areas that, and you're gonna push this down, make sure that it's flat to your surface. If you have any areas that are sticking up, that would be the place where you'd wanna tape it. If you've got, after you push it down to the surface, if you've got any glue, that's when you would want to clean that up. And that's it. Now you wait for this to set, and this is ready to be painted and made your own. Okay, so these have been sitting for quite a bit, so I'm going to show you how you just kind of gently pull it off. And you're going to gently pull it off here, kind of hold the applique down. Hold it down. And you can kind of clean up this area if you need to. Take your fingernail, you could take a razor if you needed to. Pull that off. And there you go. Look at the difference. It's ready to paint now.